very excited to have a conversation with you and get to know you a little bit. And so I'd like to just explore Zen and hear about you and hear about what you're up to, and then just build the conversation from there.
Okay, great. Well, I am currently in the process of rolling out what I call a new spiritual technology. It's actually very, very old. It's just a new set of distinctions on what's possible from moving out of our mind and our ego and into living day to day from our conscious essence. And so what I mean by that is, it's one thing to go to a workshop, to go sit on a mountain in a cave somewhere and be able to reach that state of knowing in your beingness that you're something other than the mind and all the craziness that it produces. It's another thing to talk to your boss from that place, raise your children from that place, understand who you truly are from that place, be in traffic in that place, argue with yourself over, get out of arguing with yourself, I actually should say, over what you're eating or not eating or doing for yourself. And that's what I'm in the process of bringing out to the world.
And what format is it going to be delivered in?
That's a really good question. Let me tell you a little bit about what it is,
yes,
and then I'll kind of talk about what looks like is going to happen, because what I'm finding is I'm not really in charge. I've been given this information and an understanding, but where it goes is kind of not my business. If that makes any sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Good. So what I found is that in between here and here in the body, there's consistently a series of sensations that are being delivered, and I consider them to be divinely guided. And what they're giving you what it is giving you sensations on is the thought that your mind is having in a moment. If you are having a thought that is truth on your purpose and creating what you desire, the sensation that you feel in this part of your body is an opening, an expansion, a peace, feeling of goodness. If you are having thoughts that are not true, not creating your purpose, and not what you desire, and what I mean by desire is desire that you came here, incarnate in this world to produce for yourself. If you're not having that, what you'll feel is a tightening, a pressure, a collapsing, a squeezing sensation. Most of us have regarded these sensations as anxiety, fear, pain, frustration, control. But actually what it literally is it's your divinity telling you that those thoughts are not in alignment with truth and what you're here to create. It sounds like a very, very simple process, but actually when you begin to use it and work with it, it becomes an incredibly profound tool and an incredibly profound way of being that really starts cutting out all of the useless mind chatter and also helps you understand why you're having the reactions in your body, and it becomes a guidance system. I call it the internal guidance system.
Wow.
But that's only stage one. Just so you know, that's only stage one. The most important part of all of this is not to utilize this as a divination tool for your mind. The most important part is that the way that God truly directs us, or consciousness, goddess, higher power, whatever you want, nature, whatever you want to call it, is fine with me, because I've found that it's universal in its flow. The way that we're led is through our desires that open this area of our body. Now, humanity has many, many desires that close it. Overstuffing ourselves with food, using sexuality to increase our self-worth, alcohol, drugs, control around work, workaholism. There's all kinds of ways that we have desires that close us, that we're trying to fill. Those are not the desires I'm talking about. The desire that I'm talking about are the ones that open up our body and our beingness. That's literally divine guidance, moving us forward to our purpose. So in any given moment, we are only thoughts away from our true divine purpose. The IGS is just to get you to understand, internal guidance system, I shortened it to IGS, is really there just to get you to understand that there is an opening and closing happening. Once you realize that, it's about following the opening on a consistent basis and staying out of the mind.
So I would imagine that this is a skill that can be cultivated.
Yes.
So it's something that you initially begin to notice and feel, and then you can train yourself more and more to become more proficient at listening or experiencing. Sensing. Yeah.
We're already all feeling it. If you feel fear, anxiety, love, all of that, You're already feeling it. The difference is in connecting it to the thought. See, that sensation that you feel is never in relationship to anything other than the thought that you're generating. Ever. So if you feel love, if you feel compassion, it's the thought that you're having about whatever you're experiencing in the outside world that the divine is giving you feedback on. If you feel anger, hatred, frustration, if you feel like someone is a bad person, and you get that tightening sensation, then that is actually not the truth. What the truth is the thoughts you're having about that being are not true. They're not creating what you desire, and they're not a part of your purpose to be thinking them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So then it's, well, I'm interpreting that there's a way, that this is really a pathway to getting out of the way, like a way of surrendering.
Yeah.
So it's a way of saying not that, not that, not that, and then continuing to stay on to follow the clear path.
Yes, except the only thing that I would shift in that is, it's a way of saying that, and oh yes, that.
So it's an affirmation rather than a negation.
It's in the opening. See, what you were just mentioning, this is like part of the distinction. What you were just mentioning is that in saying not that, that means you're following the closing. Ooh, not that. No, not that. That's not it. What's actually occurring is oh yeah, this is the way I'm supposed to be moving. Yes, this is it. This is it. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Now, it won't always be this big, exciting, powerful thing, because it actually gets pretty boring to live there. And most of those people that live from that level of joy are kind of irritating. On a consistent, forever basis, if you think about it, you know some happy people out there that are like, could you stop being so happy? But it becomes a deep sense of like embodied knowingness.
Yes.
That you're on the purpose, you're on the path. And it's about everything. It's not just about like the big things, our career and our relationships and, those kinds of issues. It's about how much sleep do we need? Does it feel opening to arise in the morning? Does it feel opening to eat? Does it feel opening to make this phone call? Does it feel opening to go to this conference? Does it feel opening the restriction that you're giving your child?
Yes.
Does it feel right and solid and opening when you think about it, or does that thought of that close you? And literally, there's consistency to this. There's one piece that we didn't talk about, which was neutral. Neutral is I found is one of two things. That's when you kind of don't have any sensation. Neutral is either one, that the thoughts don't make a difference. I like to call them the chicken or fish thought. The red or blue shirt thought, right? It's based on your preference. You're supposed to be following the desire. So which one do you desire to be wearing more or eating more? But then there's also a second one, because this is a divine presence that is you, greater than you can actually recognize yourself. It is omnipotent and omnipresent, and it knows you so well that if it's going to give you a sensation about something that you're thinking that will frighten you, it won't give you the sensation. So if, let's say, you're in financial trouble, you're considering bankruptcy, and bankruptcy is the right solution. Sometimes it is actually the right solution. It's keeping you away from the purpose that you intend to be a part of here. It won't give you a big opening sensation of a yes, you're going to go bankrupt, if you can't mentally and emotionally handle it in that moment. It'll lead you moment by moment to that realization, to where you feel safe and comfortable. But it won't necessarily give you that in the moment, because it will take you too far off your path and you'll have to recover to get back to where you are. So that's a neutral as well. You're helping?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
good.
Yes. It's fascinating. So these are very profound insights.
Thanks.
And I imagine that the experience of this, and cultivating the experience of this, is incredibly empowering. How does one access this? How does one first access the experience of this, and then how does one cultivate and train oneself to be able to access this?
Well, let me show you access right now.